The rotting elk. Next door, when you move into a tight-knit suburban community, you expect neighbors to follow the rules. That's the point of an HOA, right? To keep things clean, orderly, safe. But what do you do when your neighbor starts butchering elk in his garage? And the stench drifts into your home? At first, it was little things. The new tenants who moved in next door let weeds choke their front yard. Their teenage kids tossed trash over my shared wall, soda cans and chip bags landing in my flower beds. Their cars, 3, sometimes 4 of them, lined our narrow street, even though our CCRs strictly forbid street parking. I never said anything. I bit my tongue. I told myself I'd be a bigger person, but then came the smell. It started on a Monday afternoon. I was sitting in my backyard when a faint odor drifted across the wall. Not the usual dog waste stink. They never picked up after their mutt, and I'd gotten used to that. No, this was different. Heavy, wet, the kind of smell that clings in your throat and makes your stomach turn. By that night, it was unbearable. I searched my yard with a flashlight, convinced something had died in the desert behind us. A javelina, maybe, or a stray cat. But there was nothing. No carcass, no scavengers circling. The smell only grew stronger. By Tuesday morning, I was sure it was coming from next door. I could see over the wall into their yard. No bodies, no trash bags, but the stench was unmistakable. Flies clung to their stucco. Wednesday evening, I finally got my answer. As I leashed my dog for a walk, a harsh mechanical sound ripped through the quiet, the shrill grind of a table saw. The smell hit me at the same time, so thick I gagged. Then I saw it. Water ran down the street from their driveway, dark and greasy. I followed the trickle to their open garage, and there he was, the father, standing over a massive elk head strapped to a workbench, sawing through bone with an electric blade. Another rack of antlers boiled in a steel pot, flames licking beneath from an open gas burner. The smell of rotting meat and burning marrow blasted out of the garage like a furnace. I froze. My dog tugged toward the stream of runoff, muzzle twitching, but I yanked her back. My stomach flipped. I kept walking, pretending I hadn't seen, hadn't smelled, hadn't noticed. On my way back, I steeled myself and raised my phone. I recorded video of the boiling pot still hissing unattended on the open flame, its stink rolling into the night. Hours passed, and the fire burned on. By 11:30, he was back, hosing out the pot with a pressure washer, the shriek of water echoing through our close-packed street. That's when I snapped. I confronted him. I didn't yell, didn't curse, just told him firmly that it was disgusting, dangerous, against every rule in our book. He mumbled an apology, called me ma'am like I was some nosy busybody, then turned back to his carcass. But I wasn't letting this go. Our CCRs prohibit noise, dust, and smells. They prohibit open flames except grills. They prohibit animals other than domesticated cats and dogs on property. This wasn't just gross, it was a violation, the kind HOAs love to punish. I left a message for the office. I sent photos and videos. I attached the sound recordings. And yet, that night, lying awake with the stink still clinging to my hair, a thought crept in. If the HOA hasn't fined them for weeds, for trash, for parking, for the dog, why would they act now? Why have they looked the other way again and again while this family drags the neighborhood down? Unless the HOA wants them here. The family no one else wants to live next to. The one that keeps property values just low enough for board members and their friends to scoop up foreclosures. The one that scares other homeowners into silence. I stared out my bedroom window at the faint glow of their garage, the hiss of water still cutting the night. The smell seeped through my vents, thick and rotten, and I realized maybe the elk weren't the first carcasses that family had dragged into that garage. Maybe they wouldn't be the last. An HOA is supposed to protect you. But what if the real danger isn't the neighbors breaking the rules? It's the association deciding which rules to ignore.